Good evening and thank you for joining us. Sources say the SAR government is holding talks with CK Hutchison to seek a reasonable way out after the company announced its controversial plan to sell its ports at the Panama Canal to a consortium led by U.S. investment firm BlackRock. Reports also noted that the central government had ordered state-owned enterprises to put all new joint projects with firms under Hong Kong tycoon Li Ka-shing on hold. Timothy Lee tells us more. Vice Premier Ding Xuanxiang urged Asian countries to strengthen cooperation in his speech at the opening ceremony of the Boao Forum for Asia Annual Conference. Ding added China will continue to open its doors wider to the outside world and share opportunities with other countries. Chief Executive John Lee met with Chu Dongyu, the Director General of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, on the sidelines of the Boao Forum for the Asia Annual Conference in Hainan Province. U.S. automakers and their global rivals were rocked on Wednesday after President Donald Trump's announcement that he would impose 25% tariffs on all vehicles and foreign-made auto parts imported into the United States. Asian auto stocks fell on Thursday in reaction to the news expanding a global trade war and prompting criticism and threats of retaliation from affected U.S. allies. Tracy Furness has more. Also in the U.S., new developments in the Signal Group chat leak in which high-ranking national security officials discuss bombing Houthi rebels in Yemen. More information emerged as The Atlantic's editor-in-chief, who was inadvertently added to the chat group, has released nearly all of the transcript of the chat that he was included in. Democratic lawmakers in the U.S. House of Representatives are now trying to force the Trump administration to hand over records related to the group chat. This report from NBC News. U.S. immigration authorities have detained and revoked the visa of a Turkish doctoral student at Tufts University near Boston. The student had voiced support for Palestinians in Israel's war in Gaza. And still ahead. Welcome back. As TikTok's sale or ban deadline nears in the U.S., President Donald Trump has suggested he may give China a reduction in tariffs to help facilitate a deal on TikTok, which involves the short video app selling its U.S. operations. It came after Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng voiced grave concerns over Washington's trade policies, including tariffs and investigations during a video talk with the U.S. trade chief. Danny Zhou has the story. French President Emmanuel Macron said a proposed European armed force could be deployed in Ukraine in the event of a peace deal and could respond to any Russian attacks. Macron spoke after talks with Ukraine's president and ahead of a Thursday summit in Paris of some 30 nations to discuss military and other support for Kyiv. Naswi Karim has more. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un recently observed tests of newly developed reconnaissance and attack drones this week and called for an increase in production. The winter flu season has come to an end. The Center for Health Protection said the numbers of severe cases in adults and children are 20% and 60% lower than the pre-pandemic tallies, respectively, thanks to vaccination campaigns. The Center for Health Protection, or CHP, recorded 135 cases related to norovirus for the first 3 months this year, with over 1,000 people infected. Those infected included 5 mainland study tour groups, 2 of which involved human-to-human transmission. CHP expects a downward trend of transmission in the summer. The police are searching for an Indonesian foreign domestic helper suspected of abusing an 81-year-old woman. To sports, Filipino teenager Alexandra Ayala pulled off another upset at the Miami Open when she knocked off 5-time Grand Slam champion and second-seeded Iga Swiatek 6-2, 7-5 in the quarterfinals. The 19-year-old left-hander is the only Filipino player on the professional tennis tour and entered ranked 140th. A reminder, this year's Hong Kong Sevens will kick off at the Kai Tak Sports Park tomorrow, and TVB Pearl will have live broadcasts of the 3-day rugby extravaganza. News at 7:30 tomorrow will be delayed until around 9 p.m. And that's the news. Thank you for watching.